Jesus revealed his love for us when we were without hope. I am reminded of a story I read in a book a long time ago. A wealthy mother in the United States lost a son she had raised and treasured with all her heart. When she lost him, he had barely been weaned. He had reached the point where he could recognize her face, and he was as cute as can be. The mother went to the broadcasting stations and the newspapers to notify the public of her missing child. She went everywhere and did everything she could to find her child, and she went through her entire fortune as she did so. For several years she roamed around searching for her child, and then one day, exhausted, she stopped to rest in front of a poor village. As she absent-mindedly watched some children playing, she suddenly noticed her son. He had grown tall, he was filthy dirty, and his clothes were shabby, but she could see without a doubt that this was her son, and shouted out his name at the top of her lungs. The boy was bewildered at first, but after hearing what his mother had to say, he acknowledged that she must be his mother. But then he said to her, "Mother, let me earn some money, then buy some new clothes, take a bath and clean myself up, and then I'll come and see you." Is this what the mother needed? She did not need anything except to hold her son in her arms. How much do we need to pour out and confess our sins for God to accept us? Even if we did this our entire lives, it would be of no use to us. Even though Peter cursed and denied Jesus 3 times, Jesus did not question him about his sin. He just accepted Peter as he was. In the end, Peter gave up everything else and swore to follow Jesus all his life. He did not perform any outward religious acts, but deep down in his heart he regretted his wrongdoing, and he followed Jesus until the end. What about us today? What can we do to meet Jesus? That is easy to answer. There is nothing we ourselves can do. Jesus came to this earth 2,000 years ago to reveal his love to mankind who exists in this hopeless state. Many people celebrate Christmas to commemorate the day of his coming, but we need to reconsider and give deep thought to the matter as to why this great person came to this earth. Jesus left this world, and the Bible tells us that someday he will come back again. He will return as it is written in the Bible, in accordance with God's eternal plan. Have you read God's holy word very carefully? Have you examined it with absolute sincerity? Rather than taking pride in having lived a long time in this world or in having achieved something that brings joy, we should aim to take pride in having a thorough knowledge of the Bible. Some people memorize a few verses and talk as though they know a lot, but that is not the way to get to know the Bible. We need to think about how we should regard this world to which Jesus came for just a short time within God's far-reaching plan and holy will, and about where our joy lies as we live our lives. The Lord does not want us to live our lives attached to this sinful world. He wants us to live as children of his love.